All right, so here today I got a fun one. All right, this is going to be more so a thing that I hope the festival doesn't do. But again, I could be wrong. You let me know what you think about this, but I definitely want to talk about this because I do think that whatever the 4.5 anniversary was, it was first off hyped to put in the wrong way. They said it was the biggest event ever, which I think it wasn't the biggest event in the aspect of how they expanded the game, but definitely rewards-wise, they blessed you up. You got so much stuff in there, gems after gems after gems. You got free DN. You got so much stuff, correct? But that wasn't the problem. I definitely think they killed so much hype in that anniversary, and I can tell because I'm a content creator. I can understand how many people were mad in my comment section about how they handled some of the stuff. So today, it's just what I hope they don't do in the 3.5 festival, and there's a reason for that, all right? So before you get your pitchforks out, before you say, no, the 4.5 was the greatest festival we ever had, hear me out and just listen, all right? Like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's jump into this. Let's break it down real quick. So first, my one thing with the anniversary, well, multiple things, but let's do the first thing first, right? First, Bond should not have released the way he did. If you were planning, like, think about it now. They released Bond thinking, we just released a great festival unit, a 4.5 anniversary festival unit, and that's Bond. This guy, get out of here. This guy is absolutely broken. He's going to be 4.5 festival worthy hype, right? And you know what it is? We get cold, the glow players get cold, the whiny players. We complain about everything because that's how it is. You know it's bad when JP and KR on their forums are lighting that thing on fire, saying you released this garbage for the 4.5. How the hell do you do that? And everyone was mad. That is why NETMARBLE responded the way they did, because they saw how much what is the words? How much chaos, rioting occurred on those forums? They said, yeah, we gotta fix Bond, correct? You know how much hype was killed at the start of Bond? And till this day, he's getting discredited. People are slandering this guy's name because, yes, he released to be a little bit mid. It's true. He wasn't broken. He wasn't terrible. He was just mid, right? And after the buff, he's become a lot better. I definitely think he is a very strong character, and now after the buff, he is worthy of the festival title. He's good. He genuinely is. It's just that stupid little thing made him look bad, and it slandered him, right? It really put him in a position where people are still saying he's bad, which again, it's fully incorrect, but people have that perception because they're basing it off of a festival unit that required a buff to be good in the game, which is sad, correct? Again, if you look at it, no one brings that up for Ludoshel because Margaret was just, like, she was garbage. She was garbage, right? And then after the buff, she's broken. So everyone's like, yeah, it's okay, right? Because everyone uses Margaret. That was 2 years ago. It was a similar case for a little bit, but that buff was just nuts. This buff was nuts too. But again, right after this, we got Tier. And Tier literally is kind of really good. So I'm just saying, when you release the 3.5 character NETMARBLE, don't fumble them. Just release them in a manner where they're good. We're not asking for like a game-defining character, breaking everything, destroying everything, but make them good, make them usable, and make them where players wouldn't complain. Whatever it was, applying a debuff, and then attacking the debuff, then removing the debuff, and potentially not killing the character is the stupidest thing ever. What? You just added RNG to a character. Theoretically, you need to pull a debuff card, and then you need to pull a red card, and then attack. That's how you make this character work. It just wasn't, it was flawed thinking in my opinion, genuinely. Now, why am I saying this is a problem? Why am I saying like, hey, this 3.5 can get fumbled? Because you have to look back. You have to go and say, Dora the Explorer, you're about to find the map and understand the truth of the worlds, right? You're gonna go back and you're gonna see, 2 years ago, they released Ludoshel for the 1.5 anniversary, the global anniversary, right? That was a great freaking unit. Till today, Margaret is running Goddess Team, if you will, in the way that, you know, in PvE content, having that cleanse for like final boss, Demonic Beast, not Demonic Beast, but Demon Beast, I'm going to say, not Demonic Beast, hell no. Demon Beast, she is great. Until this day, she has survived in this meta, I will say. More so in PvP, she's not going to like shine because she kind of gets slaughtered. But other than that, she's a very, very powerful character, right? And again, you have to realize, Ludoshel got buffed. Ludoshel originally released, she wasn't the best. She got buffed, and again, that kind of slaughtered the hype. Whatever it is, I'm gonna say it now. After all that time it took for Ludoshel to get buffed, it butchered whatever little hype was in the character. People were like, okay, yes, she became better. People understood that, but they were still a little bit underhyped that they did that to a character that bad. That's still known as the worst festival live stream ever. I think nothing compared to that, right? Till today, like, you see what I mean here? This is 2 years later. Again, PvE oriented. She's like a guild boss thing. I see her everywhere in guild boss. She's really good in funnel boss. She's really good in regular just boss battle stuff. She's great, whatever you might say. 2 years later, or rather 1 year later, let's do that first. 1 year later, you pulled up with a character till today that is still broken. Berserk Esterosa. That was last year's festival unit for the 2.5, which is again, we're now with the 3.5. I am hoping that both these two characters survive till today. Both of these two characters are surviving, thriving, and just doing great. Berserk Esterosa is still like a top tier pick for Demon Team. He is cracked for PvE content. I'm hoping when they release the 3.5 character, he is not some absolute turd that just doesn't work, correct? We got Tyr, and whatever you might say, Tyr is a very powerful character, though they fumbled the bag heavily releasing him in the way that they forgot to write half his passive in. How the fudge do you do that? How? How do you release Cusack early? No, they were smoking. They were smoking that day. But remember, they released some good characters recently. Whatever it was, Bond got shadowed by the fact that he needed a buff. He is still a powerful character, and I want to mention that right away. Whatever it is, I do hope they don't fumble the bag where they release a character that requires the buff, correct? You want the character to be hyped, and Berserk Esterosa carried the hype. Everyone carried the hype this year if you look at it. Mael, I don't know why. People overhated. I still think that he's pretty good. Everyone says he's the worst festival. Who's helping you in Final Boss, right? Who's helping you in like the Nidhogg boss, right? A lot of the teams require Mael in a way. Not all of them, but some of them. So I still don't get why he gets clowned on that much. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's a running thing that I have missed. But everyone says it. Every time I say Mael's pretty good, I get like 5 comments saying, dude, he's trash. I don't get it. I just don't. Maybe I'm missing something, like genuinely, but I don't know. Still though, I hope that this anniversary they do some good with the unit. They don't require him to get a buff. He's just good when he releases. Not again meta defining, but just a good character, right? And I hope that he's PvE oriented. I get it. You want to release more PvP characters, but a nice PvE unit would be great in helping players, you know? Maybe a Nidhogg killer partially, right? He works everywhere, and then it can also kind of slaughter Nidhogg. Would be cool, but that's not going to happen because, you know, the teams don't work with whatever. This might be a demon, so let's see what happens there. But I do think that that's there. And also on the aspect of this, not just the unit, let me hop over there real quick. This was more so the other point that I wanted to get across. When they release the content, if they're releasing Chaos Mode, which it's been leaked and it's also in the dev notes last time, so they might be releasing Chaos Mode, which is a new PvP content. I hope they don't add some stupid gimmick to it. Whatever it is, LR in this game is a very powerful thing, and I think that it is very hyped. I think they did great. They did. But they released it poorly. Simply, right? You should not have done it where it's like 10 coins a week. That's what I get as a free-to-play. 10 coins. I know people that get less than 10 coins. Imagine getting 10 coins a week. I will see you with LR Escanor in 3 months. Okay? Peace out. That's been it from me. What the hell, bro? Right? It's the stupidest thing ever. So I do think that if they were to add the content in, add it where it's not endlessly grinding towards something you're achieving after so long, just release something fun. I don't know why, right? Whatever it is, Labyrinth was supposed to be some little roguelike thing that wasn't all a pain in the backside, right? Whatever. That thing is hell. I'd rather like, I don't even know what analogy I can make here. I don't even know what it is. I'd rather step on Legos for 24 hours than play Labyrinth, right? That thing is hell. It's so annoying. It's like you could do all the things perfectly, and then one stupid RNG thing where you don't get the right character or the right passive, and then you just want to like, I don't even know, you just wasted 40 minutes of your life. You could have done something beneficial. You could have touched grass. You could have gone out, see the world. You could have met somebody. I don't know. You could have done so much better things than play 40 minutes of Labyrinth at that point. Again, stupid things. When they release stuff, they sometimes add some stupid gimmick to ruin it. I think that if they can release something pretty good for the festival, it would be pretty nice. Whatever it is, the 4.5 definitely gets overshadowed from some of the stupid decisions when it was a great festival, right? Overall, the gifts, the freebies, the rewards, the like, just whatever they gave off was pretty nice. And yes, the addition of LR is cool. Adding LR, the relics that were added in the festival, they did good, genuinely speaking. I just think it's overshadowed by just a few stupid decisions, which I hope in the 3.5 for global, which last 2 years weren't too hyped in the aspect of what they released, but the unit itself, they can do right if they just don't release some stupid gimmick on the content, and they don't release a unit that requires a buff and just butchers the game in the way of shattering everything also. You don't want that. You don't want a broken character ruining everything, but you want someone who's strong and can work and can be viable. Not what Bond was day one, right? But that's just my opinion, all right? And I wanted to talk about that before they make the mistake of doing that for the 3.5. It could be a hype festival if they do it right. Like Demon King Meliodas, Demon King himself, Demon King Zeldris, Chaos Arthur. Who else is there? I don't know, but there's potential. So hope they do it right. Hope they do it right.